The opinions expressed in the following paid program do not necessarily represent those of WJZ AM 1300, CBS Radio, its employees and sponsors.
Sure. First, I'd like to start off and congratulate Syracuse on a great game, a great season, and then turn the attention to my team and just say what an amazing night this is for our Maryland lacrosse program. And our girls came out and fought hard from the opening whistle to the end. Lacrosse is a game of runs, and there were a lot of them tonight. And we really stuck together and played the full 60 minutes, and are really excited to be sitting up here coming away with a national championship.
This is Coons Ford Terp Talk with Bruce Posner. 60 minutes of Maryland athletics and your phone calls at 410-481-1300. Now, here's Bruce Posner and Terp Talk.
Saturday night after Maryland got beat pretty bad by Notre Dame, I was down to the dumps, upset that the men had lost. But I knew the next night there was a darn good chance, had total confidence that the women were going to bring the University of Maryland another national championship. And as the women seem to always do, they came through. And one of the architects of that victory, and also a nominee for the Tewarton Award tomorrow night, is on the phone right now. And that, of course, is Taylor Cummings. Taylor, welcome in and congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Listen, it was an unbelievable game, and that game really caught the nation's attention. I had calls from all over the country just talking about the spirit and the way Maryland hit the ground running. Who gave the pregame pep talk? Because you guys came out on fire.
Kathy gave us a great pep talk in the locker room. You know, she's wanted this so bad, and she made us really want to win for our seniors who had come so close in the past few years and just hadn't won it yet. And, you know, she made us play with a lot of heart and play without fear. And I think she really inspired us to play the way we played on Sunday night.
Taylor, you know, being from McDonough, and everybody in Baltimore knows who you are. Your name is certainly one of the premier female athletes in the last decade coming out of Baltimore. You had to love the fact that there must have been 4,000, you know, young ladies, little girls there dressed in red, really screaming their hearts out for Maryland. It had to make you feel great.
Towson was an incredible venue, and the atmosphere on that field was electrifying. There were so many people in red and black, and so many little girls holding up their signs and cheering for us. So it was really exciting to win in the state of Maryland as a Maryland team. And it was a great night, one that our team will never forget.
Taylor, this year, let's look at last year, this year. Obviously, last year was heartbreaking, a tough loss, could have gone either way. But did this year, now, you know, I've seen enough games to know the team, and I watched certainly the final games leading to the championship. But this team just seemed like it, as a team goes, it had it together, and there was little doubt in most people's mind that you were going to win.
Yeah, you know, we came together as a team, and we had a really great start in that game, you know, 5-0 and with less than 5 minutes. I think that really made us feel a little more comfortable in the game. But I mean, credit to Syracuse, they came back and they fought us hard. But I think we just had such great composure during that entire game and really during our season. You know, we came across a lot of adversity, a lot of different styles of play, and we were able to keep composed and play the way that Kathy's taught us to play Maryland lacrosse, play as a team. And I think we really just did a great job in that Sunday night game of showcasing exactly what Maryland lacrosse is.
Talk about some of your mates on offense, because, you know, obviously you don't get to the position you do, most outstanding player nominated for Tewarton Award, without, you know, the Brooke Griffins and the Beth Glaros and Kelly McPartlin, and the new young lady who really stepped up, was it Kristen Lehman? Wow, yeah. What a game she had.
Yeah. You know, our whole team on offense played an amazing game. And I think it's just credit to our offense, because if you take one of us away, then there's a bunch of other people to step up. And Kristen had a phenomenal game. You know, she came in, she gave us really quick points. And then, of course, Beth Glaris, who left her senior season the way that she wanted to. She wanted this so bad, and she played a phenomenal game. So I think all around on offense, you know, we played really well as a team. We moved the ball. We kept our composure. We drove hard. And I think what's great about our team is that we keep our heads up and we look for each other. It's not about who's scoring what goal and who's getting the assist. It's about when the ball goes in the back of the net, that's all that matters.
Yeah, the key moment of the year, would you say perhaps, it was a wake-up call when you got beat by Carolina? And it wasn't like you only got beat by 2 goals, but maybe it wasn't that close. Could that have been a wake-up call for the team?
For sure. Losing to Carolina, losing in general is never fun. And losing to Carolina after losing to them in the championship last year was definitely a wake-up call. But at the same time, as bad as it is to say, I think a loss kind of wakes you up. It kind of makes you reevaluate and refocus. And I think we did a great job of not letting that loss get us down and really moving forward and proceeding with the rest of our season. And I think that loss actually helped us out in the tougher moments in our season when we were down or in close games, and really just gave us a good experience to lean back on.
Again, we're talking to Taylor Cummings, most outstanding player in the championship final series. Taylor, you don't know much about losing. I know losing must be tough on you because if my records are right, you've lost twice in the past 6 years. Is that correct?
That is correct. I've only lost a couple of times in the past couple of years, and losing isn't fun.
No, it certainly isn't. Tell us, your teammate and junior Megan Dowdy is also up for the Torts Award, and I'll be happy as long as one of you win it. But tell everybody defensively, because defenders don't normally get nominated for these positions. But tell us why you think Megan was special and got nominated.
Well, Megan's just a great one-on-one defender. She's the rock of our defense, and she really holds us together. And every game, she's in charge of guarding the top attacker. And I think she does an amazing job of not only being that physical presence, but also being that vocal presence that we need back there. We need someone to lead us, and I think she does an amazing job at it. And there's no doubt in my mind that she should have been up for it. And I couldn't be happier that she's here with me.
Of course, talking about Megan, she held Kayla Trainer to 2 goals, which is a monumental task. Kayla Trainer from Syracuse, along with Alyssa Murray, are also nominated for the award, and that's four towards the nominees in the same game. I bet that's never happened before.
Yeah, I think that was history, that 4 Tuaton nominees were in the final game. But, Megan did a great job on Kayla. Kayla's a phenomenal attacker, and she's so shifty behind the crease and from attacking from the top, and she's going to score. She's an amazing player. But, Megan really held her ground and had some key stops, which I think we needed, and it really led us to win that national championship. For
those of you who didn't watch the semifinal, most people watched the final for sure. But on Friday night, Northwestern, under Kelly Amonte Hillard, really devised a stop Taylor Cummings defense at all costs. Had you ever seen anything like that since you've been in lacrosse? And I have a feeling you might see some more of it next year.
No, I've never really been face guarded like that and shadowed, even when I was back on attack and the ball was on our defensive end. Carrie Harrington did a really good job of containing me and really keeping me in front of her, but I was able to just stand at the 30 and watch the 6 other people on offense who are just as good and really phenomenal athletes work the ball and move it, and I got to stand and watch the show. So getting face guarded was definitely a different kind of atmosphere, but it didn't help them win.
No, I tell you, I love the way your team kept composure, and I talked to Kathy about it, in that you were literally, the team was being attacked, and it happened a lot toward the end of the season because I think most teams felt they were overmatched. So it became like a physical thing to take on Maryland, and you might have gotten the brunt of the most of it, but nobody lost their composure. There were no yellow cards. I don't think you had a yellow card in the final 2 games, and you might have had 6 or 7 against you.
Yeah, Kathy did a really great job of telling us to keep our composure. We played against a lot of tough competition who is really physical and will really swing and use their aggressiveness against us. And Kathy has really instilled in us to not retaliate and not get frustrated, but just simply keep our heads down and keep plugging away. And I think our team did a really great job of that on Friday and on Sunday and throughout the season.
You've been the benefit of some great coaches in lacrosse. Your coach at high school certainly was a legend. And Kathy Reese is really special, isn't she?
Yeah, she's a phenomenal coach. She's a great person, and we all love playing for her. She makes us want to get out there every day and learn and play. And she really just has a great way of keeping things casual off the field and really fun and airy and light. And then on the field, we get down to business. And I think it's credit to her for instilling that kind of work ethic in us.
Taylor, once again, congratulations on the national championship. Tomorrow is just like gravy, okay? It's like if it being nominated is an honor in and of itself, and if you're fortunate enough to win, it's great, or Megan, but you've got the thing that really matters, and that's the national championship. And hopefully we're going to have Megan on here in a few minutes. So thanks a lot for checking in. I will see you there tomorrow night, and good luck.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right. That, of course, was Taylor Cummings, just an incredible talent. And she did captivate the country. Everywhere I went the next day on Monday, people were just talking about Taylor and to the entire Maryland team, the way they handled themselves, the way they kept their composure. And it was a super victory. In that championship game, Maryland, first of all, they got on top 5-0, and I think that particular episode kind of like threw Gary Gate way off. All right, I might be Megan right now, so let's see if that's her. We'll play that tape later. It was interesting, and 5-0, everything changes. And is that Megan? All right, great. So on the phone right now is the leader of the defense on the other side from Fairhaven, New Jersey, and Rumson Fairhaven Regional. And that, of course, another nominee for the Tewarton Award. And that, of course, is Megan Dowdy. Megan, welcome in tonight.
Thank you so much.
Hey, Megan, listen, congratulations on just a tremendous 2-game performance. You're facing one of the top scorers in the nation. You held her to 2 goals, and that's a major task against Kayla Traynor, isn't it?
Thank you very much.
Megan, talk a little bit about, I was talking to Taylor beforehand. Talk a little bit about the effect of the crushing defeat last year against North Carolina and how, if any, parts it motivated the team this year.
Yeah, definitely upset about that loss last year, but there's definitely motivation to get it back this year. And I think that drove all of us to win, for especially our seniors that have yet to win national championships. So the loss definitely pushed us and drove us to finish up the year like we did.
Megan, not many times, these awards are usually more for the offensive players, but you've played so well, you've got nominated. Talk about your mates on defense, your goalie, because, obviously it takes a team to get somebody in a position like this. Yeah,
right. Definitely. I wouldn't be here without my fellow defense and my teammates, and we work really well together to make each other stand out, and we're pretty good at communicating because we have such great chemistry on and off the field. So that's the advantage of our defense.
Megan, talk about, I asked Taylor the same question about what she thought you meant to the team. So I'll ask you the same one. What has Taylor meant to the team in the past couple of years?
Taylor is great. I mean, she starts her offense. She grabs that draw all the time. And it's very important to get those draw controls. And without her, we wouldn't have had as many opportunities on offense to put the ball in the back of the net. And she is extremely important to this team. And I'm happy that I get to play another year with her.
Are you looking forward to playing the Big Ten next year? It's a whole new schedule, a lot of new places you're going to. It's got to be exciting in that regard, rather than playing Syracuse 3 times.
Yeah, absolutely. It should be interesting to play teams that are a little bit farther than driving distance. So it's going to be a fun experience, and we're going to have a great time next year.
Well, listen, before I let you go, number one, congratulations on the national championship. Like I told Taylor, tomorrow night is just like gravy. It's just extra. Whatever happens, happens. But it's a tremendous honor just to be nominated for the Thornton Award. And I certainly hope you or Taylor come out victorious.
Thank you so much.
But no matter what, you are national champions, and that lives with you forever. So
absolutely.
Thanks for checking in, and we'll see you tomorrow night, okay?
Thank you so much.
All right. That, of course, was Megan Dowdy, and 2 winners there. And I don't know who's going to win. They really don't necessarily give it to the winner of the national championship. The past 2 years, Katie Schwartzman won for Maryland, and Maryland did not win either of the 2 years. So they have their own judging, and they have the top minds of lacrosse in the country making that decision. So we shall see how it goes. Before we go, I do want to play that segment on Kathy Reese, okay, where we talked about being up 5-0, and it's the second one that you recorded, Tish. And we asked about how it changed gait and working with the lead. You got it? How much do you think you took Syracuse out of their game plan with that fast start? Were you expecting a stall or a slowdown? That's number one. And number two, you're up by 8 goals with 7 minutes left. You always play pedal to the metal, and you went for a couple shots. Did you say no, or that you didn't care that it happened?
Well, the first question is, I think you get to this point and you never know another team's going to throw out at you. And for me, having played for Gary and coached with Gary, he's such a creative coach. You never know what's going to go on. And my job was to make sure my team was prepared for everything. And we went through so many things that we didn't even see in our NCAA championship run over the course of the last couple of weeks, but we were ready for anything that happened. And on the other side, we were going and we were looking more, maybe thinking about we'll slow it down a little after the 10-minute mark. We had trouble getting a couple draws in that period, and draws led to goals for them. So once we did regain possession, we needed to hang on to it. We needed to make sure the ball stayed in our hands and didn't get back into their hands, because they were able to score when they had it. So that was, our intention and our focus once we did get the ball back, maybe with 6 minutes or 5 minutes left of the game.
All right. With that, it was a great win for Maryland. National championships are hard to come by, but number 12 for women's lacrosse. All right, we're going to come back and take a look at the more sadder side of this weekend, and that, of course, was the men's loss to Notre Dame. And later on, we're going to have Coach John Sheff, who has been cooking up a storm for the Maryland baseball team as they head to South Carolina for a regional tournament on the way, hopefully, to Omaha. So for that, this is Bruce Posner. You're listening to CBS Sports Radio 1300. We'll be back in a few minutes.
The late arriving issue crops up at the Fort McHenry Tunnel. Good evening. This report is sponsored by State Farm. Call 1-800-STATE-FARM or go to statefarm.com. It is in the right tube, left lane, 95 south at the Fort McHenry. This will slow down your approach. Coming just south of Canton. Eastbound 50 still hung up. The crash in Arnold long since gone, but you wait to get to the Severn River, coming all the way in from 665. Westbound 50 slows Rao into 97. That's because northbound 97 had its own crash near the overpass for Farm Road. Interloop, Key Bridge. The car fire that was fully engulfed, gone. That roadway has been back reopened 4 times. Looks like you can make your way through at speed. Everyone's looking for an encouraging sign in today's economy. The fact is, you'll find one by contacting your local State Farm agent today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call 1-800-STATE-FARM or go to statefarm.com. I'm Liz Draven with traffic for CBS Sports Radio 1300.
The Taste of Three Cities food truck competition is coming to M&T Bank Stadium Saturday, May 31st. Over 50 mobile restaurants from Baltimore, Philly, and D.C. will serve up the most awesome truck food ever. Awesome truck food ever. Come for the food. Come for the family fun zone. Come for the live music from Greasy Hands, Chris Jacobs Band, Bosley, and the Easy Star All-Stars. Plus, Rebel and Tito's Handmade Vodka, the official vodka of Taste of Three Cities. And Bud Light, the official domestic beer of Taste of Three Cities. A portion of the proceeds benefit Movable Feast and the United Way. The Taste of Three Cities. Brought to you by Utz, Get Snacking, and Sundance Vacations. Get your tickets now at MissionTix.com.
Kelly Exchange is your one-stop shop for individual and family health insurance coverage. On KellyExchange.com, you can learn about healthcare reform, find out if you qualify for a subsidy, get quotes, compare insurance plans, and purchase coverage. With over 36 years of experience in the insurance industry, KellyExchange.com is the only website you need to help you navigate the complexities and confusion of healthcare reform and purchase quality insurance for you and your family. Visit KellyExchange.com today.
My name is Mark Apple, and I'm a consumer bankruptcy attorney with Waldman, Grossfeld, Apple, and Bear. If you're afraid of losing your home, you're afraid of wages being garnished, call me, 410-437-7711, extension 4, and you'll get to my desk. We have offices located all around the Baltimore Beltway. Call me, Mark Apple, 410-437-7711, extension 4.
No one likes lawyers until they need one. But if you've dealt with an insurance company, you know that you're not in good hands, they're not good neighbors, and they're not on your side. I'm Mike Grossfeld. At Waldman, Grossfeld, Apple, and Bear, we've been protecting the rights of people for over 40 years. If you've been seriously injured in an accident, hurt on the job, or have suffered at the hands of a negligent doctor, call me, Mike Grossfeld, at 888-8-LEGAL-6. That's 888-8-LEGAL-6. We'll fight for you.
Isn't it time for your family to have the services of a financial planner? Call Rob Weissman, a chartered financial consultant. Rob has provided financial planning, investments, and insurance products to the Baltimore community for over 25 years. Rob will provide a free consultation, review your financial positions, and make recommendations. He will monitor your financial plan on an ongoing basis. Call Rob Weissman, 410-653-6260. Rob Weissman is a registered representative of Salmon Security Company, member FINRA SIPC. Baltimore, listen up. If you want crabs, you have to head to the Costas Inn on North Point Boulevard. There is no comparison in all of Maryland for the greatest crabs and crab cakes ever. Costas also serves unbelievable steamed shrimp, Greek salads, and steaks for lunch and dinner. Nick, Pete, and Costas Triantopoulos run the perfect restaurant to go with family and friends. Give Costas Inn a call at 410-477-1975 and tell them that TerpTalk Guy sent you. Trust, honesty, integrity. That's the motto of Offit & Roth, PA, certified public accountants and business consultants. Clients of Offit & Roth get personalized quality service that is beyond comparison. Check out their extensive list of services at www.offitroth.com. Co-founder Alan Roth and his son Michael, a Maryland graduate, have extensive experience working with clients in virtually every industry. Call Offit & Roth at 410-356-6600. There's no better place in Baltimore to buy your new or used car from than Coons Ford on Security Boulevard, across from Security Mall. Over the years, I have purchased many cars and trucks for GM Dennis Colatzos, receiving the best price, service, and comfort in dealing with a top-notch executive. Coons Ford Turf Talk listeners can view their inventory at CoonsFordBaltimore.com. Coons Ford carries a huge inventory of Motor Trend's Car of the Year, the Fusion, Hybrid Escapes, the 35-mile-per-gallon Focus, Mustangs, Expeditions, and of course the F-Series trucks. Coons Ford simply likes to make a little bit of money many times. What a great place to buy your new Ford. That's Coons Ford of Baltimore, 6970 Security Boulevard, across from Security Square Mall. Take exit 17 off of 695. Remember, when you're talking cars, you're talking Coons.
Call 410-298-3800.
Your first choice for filling prescriptions in the Baltimore area should be the James Pharmacy, a Health Mart pharmacy. As a Health Mart pharmacy, the James Pharmacy has a personal commitment to its communities, is locally owned, and the pharmacists know there is nothing more important than your family's well-being. Located for the last century at 1117 Light Street in Federal Hill, the James Pharmacy is owned and operated by Avi Pelta, a University of Maryland pharmacy school graduate. Though located in Federal Hill, the James Pharmacy delivers at no charge to the entire Baltimore metro area. Outside of Baltimore, no problem. The James Pharmacy will UPS your prescriptions on a moment's notice. Open Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. and Saturdays from 9 to 3. Call the James Pharmacy, a Health Mart pharmacy, at 410-752-5810. Remember, Health Mart, caring for you and about you.
Yeah, Coach kind of hit the nail on the head in the locker room.
pretty much, you risk getting your heart broken to go on a great journey with this team and the guys, and I wouldn't have traded anything in the world for these past 5 years.
Welcome back to Coons Ford Terp Talk. Call 410-481-1300 now. Once again, here's Bruce Posner.
Now, if that doesn't break your heart, nothing does. Tish, my producer, told me she was almost in tears. Nico took it bad. I knew he would if they didn't win. I mean, to get to 3 Final Fours and not to go all the way, it was just not Maryland's day. They came out flat. They weren't there. They just were behind. They were lucky to only be behind 6-4 in the first half. Welcome in my good buddy Dennis Kalatzis. A great weekend for the ladies, but not so much for the men, Dennis.
Yeah, bittersweet, but really happy for the ladies. Great win over Syracuse.
Yeah. You know what, Dennis, if you can listen to this, I interviewed Tillman right after the game, just a minute or so. Can you play that, John? They're putting it up right now, Dennis. Listen to this. All right, I guess this is our wrap-up interview of the year, Coach. No, you're disappointed. You'll sit back and look. Here you are at the Final Four again. There's got to be some happiness there.
Yeah, I mean, to get to championship weekend, that's one of our goals, and we accomplished a few of them. Obviously, not all of them, but that's part of being at Maryland is you're going to have really high goals, and some of them are pretty lofty, and it's a challenge to get them because of all the great teams that are out there. But we're never lowering the bar, and I think that's what playing at a place like Maryland's all about. And I'm certainly proud of our guys, the way they did their business on and off the field. I felt like they played like Terps. And it's a group that I think this state can be proud of.
Yeah, the freshmen will get better next year, as you expect, and also a big change next year going to the Big Ten. What are your thoughts on that?
I haven't really thought too much about it. I've been savoring the moment and, this week and just enjoying every second with this group together, knowing that it was going to be our last week. Either it was going to end today or end Monday. Obviously, would have loved to have 48 more hours with this group. They've just been such a great group. And it's tough to say goodbye, but we'll regather here in the next couple days and start looking forward. But I want to make sure that we stay focused on the group that's here because they're going to be gone in a couple days, and I want to make sure they know how much I appreciate all that they've done for us.
Well, Nico and Chanichuk and Tyler and Earhart and Brian Cooper, I don't want to leave people out. They gave you everything for 4 years, in some cases 5.
Yeah, those guys, the senior group, they've been so selfless. Regardless of the role they've been asked to do, they've always put the team first, always been positive, and they've been such good role models for the younger players. So we'll feel their effects for many years to come.
Coach, listen, congratulations on another great season. I'm already looking forward to next year.
Thank you. Thanks for all your support. Appreciate it.
Dennis, you got to look at it that way. I mean, I know everybody's disappointed, but when you make, there's 57 teams in the NCAA, and when you make the Final Four, you just really can't leave upset.
Well, it's easier said than done, and I know that there was a tough loss for the guys. I saw Nico Amato at the press conference, and he was just devastated. You're talking about a senior who's not going to play again for his college, so it's a devastating loss any way you look at it.
Yeah, it sure was, but you got to move on. It was just they were clearly outplayed, and I thought the weirdest thing was, Dennis, here's Notre Dame, on a high after beating Maryland in front of 30,000 Maryland fans, and they go out the first half against Duke, and they don't show up. I mean, it was almost unbelievable.
The Monday game was a different game because the players are fatigued. When you got to come back and play with that intensity at that level, with a little bit of a rest. And of course, Duke was not as well rested either, but still, I think it does factor in. You're not getting the same game.
You're not, but Notre Dame made a great run of it, and probably at the end of the day, they lost at the X because they could not come up with big face-offs when they had to, and so it was a good tournament. Watching Duke play Notre Dame didn't do much for my spirits, but
no.
At least we were carrying on the women's championship, which was phenomenal.
That was a very enjoyable game. We watched that from beginning to end. It was great lacrosse.
Yeah, that Taylor Cummings is something. I just had her on the show to begin the show. Is she an athlete or what, Dennis?
She was great, but the best player was, to me, she she showed up big too.
She showed up real big. I mean, for a senior to get 5 goals in her final game,
That's the other point. They only have 2 seniors on that team, so that's great for next year.
Yeah, Kathy Reese is a heck of a coach, as is, we have to admit it, Mr. Danowski. 2 titles back-to-back. It's not easy, Dennis. It's not easy.
It's not.
But, so how about Coons? How was the Memorial Day weekend for you?
It was extremely busy. I'd like to thank all of our listeners and friends out there that came out and left in a brand new or late model pre-owned vehicle. It was real good, and it's extended until the 2nd of June. Great offers from Ford. Still can get 5 years, 0%, $2,500 cash back, 90 days, no payments. And it's just a great time to come out by. And I'm driving an F-150 crew cab. You have an Escape. Got my wife in a Mustang convertible. You can't go wrong. Our lineup is just dynamic these days.
Yeah, I tell you, the Escape, I hate to say it, but, Dennis, I've had that for over a year now. And, wow, the next thing that goes wrong will be the first. I shouldn't have said that,
Well, we'll trade you out of it. You don't keep your vehicles that long, thank goodness. We can make it happen for you.
Well, there he goes again, trying to trade me out already. I love it, Dennis. I love it. All right, listen, I know one thing. You need some used cars. I noticed you were a little short of used cars these days, so bring those trades in. Top dollar for trades, right, Dennis?
I'd rather give it to our customers than the auction. I've been preaching that for many years, and when you go to the auction to buy a car, you pay a fee, $400, $500, $600, $700 plus towing, plus. I'd much rather give the difference to my customers. Any day of the week, it comes back to us 100-fold. I don't believe I've ever lost a deal, because of a trade number. We always, give customers top dollars for the trade-in. I'm
coming to the shop tomorrow. I'm going to let them detail my car because when they do it, they do a great job. And no, I'm not detailing it so you can see it to give me more money for it. Okay. I know how
I'll make sure to bring it up to me when they're finished with it.
I know how you're thinking, Dennis. I know how that mind thinks. All right. All right, my friend. Thanks a lot for checking in tonight. All right, Dennis.
Thanks, Bruce, and the Goat Stirps, great season, both men and women.
All right, take care. Yeah, it was disappointing. Listen to this. I found this very fascinating. 3 different ways to express yourself after a disappointing loss. All right, Coach Tillman after losing to Notre Dame. Just like the first, congratulate Notre Dame. I thought they played a great game today, executed very, very well in almost every facet of the game, and I felt like they outplayed us in almost every facet. Certainly, I need to do a better job of getting our guys prepared and getting them organized. Coach Gary Gait after he lost the national championship to the Maryland women. Now listen to this. This was his statement. Unfortunately, we came up short today. Play hard to the end. We'll go back to the drawing board next year. The greatest player who's ever played this game could not take 10 seconds out to congratulate a former disciple of his, Coach Kathy Reese, and the University of Maryland, where he did coach, to congratulate him. And then Monday, Coach Corrigan, after losing to Duke. By the way, Coach Corrigan did an incredible job getting the team that far, but just obviously a very, very disappointing day. Just played 30 minutes of poor lacrosse to start the game, and I really don't know what to attribute that to, but it's my responsibility, and we didn't come out prepared to play our best lacrosse. We thought all along the last 20 minutes of the game was going to be where the game was decided. We knew we were deeper. We knew we would be stronger, and we were, but we just came up a play or two short. Coach, congratulations, Coach Danowski and Duke, on your back-to-back titles. Would that have been that hard to say? It's almost unbelievable. Even Kathy Reese, when she came to the podium after winning the national championship, she talked, as you heard, a good 10 seconds about Syracuse, how great they played, what a great team they were, how well coached they were. I don't understand. There's no graciousness left. Can you be that single-minded that you can't even congratulate a team that beats you and wins a national title? I was proud that Tillman did, and Tillman always does. But, yeah, it was annoying. Charles Mitchell left the team, becomes the 5th player to leave because of the illness of his grandmother, and he was granted his release. And at the same time, transfer Richard Pack from North Carolina A&T joins the backcourt. He's a 5th-year senior. And you know what I loved about this kid is I think, he's supposed to be a pretty good player. I'm not going to lie. I've never seen him play. I don't know that much about him. His reputation seems to be pretty good. But I do believe the main reason that he came to Maryland was because of the academic program and the business program. That's what drove him here. And it's refreshing to hear that once in a while where, I don't even know if he visited elsewhere, but he wanted to get involved in the Maryland graduate program in business. And for that, I say it's good to hear. Patrick Mullins dented the Nets against DC United. 4 goals in 4 starts. I'll never understand why DC United passed on Patrick. If you watch Team USA without Landon Donovan yesterday, this guy Klinsman knows what he's doing. And also Graham Soucy, nice game for him and Nomar Gonzalez. A lot of complaining about not so much Landon Donovan not being there, but Clarence Goodson not being there, another ex-Terrapin. So with that, we will head out to our second break. We're going to come back with the baseball coach, and that's John Sheff. What a tremendous run by the baseball team. We'll hear what the coach has to say about the upcoming tournament in South Carolina. This is Bruce Posner. You're listening to Coons Ford Terp Talk. Remember, this Saturday night over at Navy Marine Corps Stadium, the Chesapeake Bayhawks will face the Ohio Machine, who is just loaded with University of Maryland talent. Brian Phipps, Brian Farrell, Jake Bernhardt, McClone. It goes on and on with this team, and now Brian Cooper joins the team. That's the Ohio Machine, 7 o'clock at Navy Marine Corps Stadium. Tickets are still available. I'll be there, going there for my birthday. Great night, great atmosphere over at Navy Marine Corps Stadium. This is Bruce Posner. You're listening to Coons Ford Terp Talk. We'll be back in just a few moments. I just discovered a great little neighborhood gourmet pizza and Italian-type restaurant in the Harbor area. Bagby Pizza on 1006 Fleet Street is just a great, fun place to have lunch or dinner 7 days a week. Bagby's features gourmet pizza, pastas, and salads at more than reasonable prices. Service is quick. There's plenty of seating. Happy hour specials Monday through Friday, 4 to 7 p.m. But most important, the food is superb. Bagby Pizza, 410-605-0444. The Baltimore Neurosurgery and Spine Center, whose goal is to provide the highest quality of care to our patients. We strive to apply leading-edge treatment strategies, including complex spine or brain surgery, interventional pain management, and physical therapy. The group is led by Dr. Ira Garanzik, who is joined by Dr. James Conway, Dr. H. Christopher Lawson, Dr. James Frazier in the field of neurological and spine surgery. Dr. Seth Kaufman specializes in interventional pain management. Baltimore Neurosurgery and Spine Center is located at 5051 Greenspring Avenue. Call them for an appointment at 410-664-3680. That's 410-664-3680. Billy Shriver and Terry Aronson's Tark's Grill in Greenspring Station has taken the town by storm. Everyone says the food is superb. Great salads, burgers, and steaks, and the seafood dishes are beyond expectation. At Tark's, the menu includes everything from light fare on up. Once you go, you will fall in love with the food and fun atmosphere and the reasonable pricing of this upscale restaurant. Call 410-583-TARK for reservations. When it's time to sell your house in the Baltimore area, there is no one better in the entire region than Harriet Wasserman and her entire marketing group. Harriet and her Prudential team are synonymous with sales success. The Wasserman team understands every facet of selling your house in this market. Call 410-458-5300 or check out their website at www.wassermanteam.com. Call Harriet Wasserman 410-458-5300.
If things in your life are looking blurry, there's only one place to go to see straight again, and that's Levin Eye Care. Dr. Howard Levin and Dr. Richard Levin, both University of Maryland alums, have 35 years of combined experience in serving the eye care needs of their patients. With 2 great offices in Perry Hall and Parkville, these doctors can address any concerns about your vision. Call 410-529-1950 to set up an appointment. Levin Eye Care accepts most medical insurance, including Medicare.
There's no better place in Baltimore to buy your new or used car than Coons Ford on Security Boulevard, across from Security Mall. Let's talk Coons pre-owned certified used cars. All of our listeners can buy with confidence. Coons Ford of Baltimore has an exclusive 7-day exchange policy. If for any reason whatsoever customers want to exchange a vehicle within 7 days, no problem. Coons Ford simply likes to make a little bit of money many times. That is why they take a lot of time to make sure we have the lowest priced pre-owned vehicles on the web. When our listeners go to our website, CoonsBaltimoreFord.com, they will see all of the outstanding values we have to offer. That's Coons Ford of Baltimore, 6970 Security Boulevard, across from Security Square Mall. Remember, when you're talking cars, you're talking Coons.
Call 410-298-3800.
Dr. Gaber and Associates is more than an internal medicine practice. Both offices are completely equipped with physical therapy services, run by an experienced staff of registered physical therapists, Elliot Weiner, Mark Smearman, and Ken Miller. They treat arthritis, sports, auto or work injuries, post-op conditions, and more. After an initial evaluation, a treatment program is individualized and can include modalities such as neuromuscular re-education, ultrasound, muscle stimulation, traction, work conditioning, and balance training. Don't forget it's flu season, and flu shots are now recommended for all age groups, including healthy, low-risk persons. And there's more. Dr. Gaber's practice does not have the dreaded voicemail. You will always talk to a friendly staff member. So if you are in need of a private physician, call 410-986-4400 for Dr. Gaber's office at 341 Calvert Street, and 410-653-8840 for the office at 1838 Green Tree Road in Pikesville. Easy parking at both locations. The therapy office is open Saturdays 9 to 1, and Dr. Gaber accepts nearly all insurances.
Tune in to Baltimore Baseball Tonight every night for the Smart Stat of the Game, sponsored by the Community College of Baltimore County. The Smart Stat of the Game on Baltimore Baseball Tonight.
This is Coons Ford TerpTalk. Call 410-481-1300 now. Once again, here's Bruce Posner.
All right, baseball team is on its way down South Carolina. Little communication problem with the coach, trying to get him on right now. Following a 43-year absence, the Maryland baseball team is heading back to the NCAA tournament. They are the number 2 seed in the Columbia Regional and will face 3rd-seeded Old Dominion Friday at 1 p.m. on ESPN3 in South Carolina. Coach Sheff had to say, I'm just happy for the players, supporters, people that have wanted this for a long time, including my good buddy, Bob Turtle Smith. And no one is happier than Bob Turtle Smith. Personally, I've been through this before, and this never gets old for a coach. I'm happy our guys that they get to experience what we have been as a coaching staff, talking about it for a long time, that this can happen as long as you do things the right way. And when you watch the chef doing his cooking as a manager, he is a very much point-to-point kind of guy. And this team has just responded. And when you go on an 11-game win streak in May, good things happen. And that's what happened to this team. And now they're heading on. And hats off. All right, hats off big time to Coach John Sheff and the team, led by Brandon Lowe and Charlie White. Brandon Lowe batting 346. I see. Is that him on the phone now? Or, the team is just fired up with 3 great starters, and Jake Drossner, Jake Stinnett, and Matt Shawan. And the team is on fire, as they say. They lost the ACC title, but you have to remember, it's almost like there's the coach right now. Coach, thanks a lot for calling. I know you're on the bus right now. First of all, congratulations on a great run to the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, sure. I appreciate it. Thanks very much for having me on. I'm sorry about just away from the phone for a second there.
That's okay. Coach, what happened? What turned this team on? It's funny. I don't go to every game, but I go to quite a few of them. And sometimes I get there early and late, and it seemed like every time I was there, they were winning toward the end of the season. What happened besides the good pitching?
Well, I think, we were kind of inconsistent in the first half. We were real good some days and pretty average on others. And we had gotten to a pretty good stage there. After the Georgia Tech series, we were 24-14, and basically we're at kind of a stage of the season where, it's going to go one way or another. And then we had a kind of a long road swing, and we were just pretty bad there for about 8 days. Went 1-6, and played really, really poorly at Boston College. And one thing we kept talking to our guys about was how much we really struggled in two areas. One was playing on the road, and two was coming from behind. And so we tried to make that a focal point of what we were doing from that point on, and to try to attack those two areas. And I give our guys a lot of credit. I feel like they kind of, I don't know what the word is, you kind of refocused themselves, I guess, in those two areas, because once we hit Notre Dame at home, we won 11 straight, and probably 9 of those wins were come from behind wins. And I would have to think about 7 of them were on the road. And really that was the difference, I think, and was that we get better in those two areas because we really had to, if we were going to do anything that was better than just okay.
Well, Coach,
and there was a lot of factors to them. Obviously, the pitching was good, and we played a lot better offense, but I think that was the difference.
Yeah, it was just, maybe we could say they, after a while, the whole team bought in to the way the chef cooks up the team, maybe, because they did. And I noticed that it just seemed like things were being done right all the time. And is that a good way to describe it? And then all of a sudden, when you do things the right way, things seem to work out sometimes.
Yeah, I think we had a pretty good, both that one weekend against Notre Dame was pretty good. And, to be honest, I tried to back off those guys a little bit, and I think our staff did a little bit too, and kind of let them play a little bit more and, relaxed, and they played a lot looser. When guys play loose, they usually can be more effective at whatever it is that they do. And I think that has something to do with it. But I do think that they kind of decided we were going to get better at those two areas. And they did. So.
Coach, Maryland has not been in this tournament for a long time, all right? Explain to the audience, you're in a 4-game regional tournament right now, of which one team comes out the winner, and then you play the winner of another regional for the right to go to Omaha. Is that right?
That's correct. Yeah.
And so we enter this as the number 2 seed. Yep. Have we played any of the 3 teams recently?
No, we have not played any of the 3 teams in this tournament yet.
And what do we expect? I know your first game is Old Dominion. Is our starter is Jake Stinnett tomorrow night, or?
Yeah, we're kind of going back and forth between him and Schwarn. We'll probably figure that out tonight or tomorrow, but most likely I think we'll just stay the way we've been going and not try to overanalyze too much or overcoach. He's been our first guy out almost, just about every weekend, and he's been, very effective. And Old Dominion's very good, and obviously South Carolina's very good. And we're just trying to focus in on our first game on Friday and try to win the first inning and take it from there.
Yeah, you know what? It's a whole new culture that you've created of being a winning baseball team in Maryland. It hasn't been there for a long time, Coach. And I think that you could see the excitement growing as the wins kept mounting. And then when you beat Virginia and Florida State, all of a sudden people were talking baseball at College Park.
Right. Well, that's what we're trying to do as a coaching staff. We're trying to, we were lucky that there were some really good players here when we got here. They really were. We recruited some more, and we recruited a whole lot more coming in next year. Because we want this to be a regularity, not just a one-shot deal. And so every college coach's struggle is working for consistency year to year, and we're doing the same thing. And part of that is talent, and part of it is culture, like you talked about, and not settling for mediocrity, and trying to be much, much better each time you go out. And, it's just, you just have to have the right guys, and we've been lucky enough to have some pretty good players here right now.
Well, Coach, I'm gonna make you a promise. By some miracle, if we get past these regionals, I'm going to Omaha. All right.
Yeah.
I'm not going to miss that if it happens. But either way, it's been just a tremendous season, and the likes of which Maryland baseball hasn't seen in a long, long time. And you're certainly, along with the players, your assistant coaches, are to be congratulated. And just keep up the good work.
I appreciate it, and I'm glad that we're able to put a product out there that the people of Maryland can be happy with, and we're going to obviously keep working to do that. So.
All right, great. Good luck this weekend.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Of course, that was Coach John Sheff, and Sheff's been cooking up a storm, winning, and that's what it's all about. I think it's been 43 years. Can you imagine it? 43 years since the baseball team's been in the NCAA tournament. I was a sophomore in college, Tish, when the last time they were in it. 43 years ago, all right? Hard to imagine. That's a long drought. We talk about droughts, but that's a long one. And let's face it, got to give the coach a lot of credit for what was going on. All right, we talked about the great national championship of the women, and just let me do some summary here of the men's lacrosse team, because you know how vested I am in this. Saturday was a major disappointment for the team, coaching staff, Terrapin Nation, but 6 hours after the fact, after calming down, you have to realize getting to the Final Four was a great accomplishment for a team that was picked to finish last in the ACC. The Terps 100% reversed the skeptics by actually winning the ACC regular season title. I have no regrets for the tremendous emotional investment in this squad. I was privileged to watch this band of seniors mature in all-American quality talent on and off the field. Nico Amato was a stellar goalie and team leader for this squad. Will go down as one of the greatest Maryland goalies of all time. Mike Chanachuk grabbed this offense and produced by being a total unselfish leader. Michael Earhart developed into college premier's long stick midi under the tutelage of last year's premier guy, Jesse Bernhardt. Brian Cooper excelled at the short stick defender position and was the heart and spirit of this squad with his emotional play. The future is bright for the Terps. Let us not forget the four horsemen. Rambo, Canizero, Hickok, and Rotance were asked to do a lot, but they were just freshmen. Joe Locasio, Henry West have become prime offensive forces with their wicked laser shots. Gore and Murray, Casey Akeda, Matt Dunn, Mac Pons all return on defense. And much to the chagrin of the rest of college lacrosse, the greatest X-Man ever to play at the University of Maryland, Charlie Raffa, returns for his senior season next year, and maybe he'll be healthy the next year. Not much else to say, but as I told Coach Tillman, 13-4, it's something to be really proud of. But folks, it's been 40 years and counting since that national championship in 1975. We need one 3 times in the Final Four. It hasn't happened, and it will happen, but the sooner the better, as they say. Real quick, the ACC ducked the University of Maryland as the 2014 soccer schedule was released. No ACC teams are playing Georgetown at home. Maybe that'll spice up the possibility of playing them in basketball. I doubt it, but they are playing Georgetown. And tonight, what about that effort last night by Westbrook? Just incredible. 40 points, 10 rebounds, 10 assists rather, 5 rebounds. Absolutely incredible. We should make a note that power forward Georgia Tech transfer Robert Carter Jr. will visit the University of Maryland on June the 2nd. He would be a tremendous addition to the team. He would have to sit out for a year. So tonight you got the Heat and the Pacers as the Heat tries to close it out, and you have the Orioles trying to win the series in Milwaukee after a very disappointing loss last night. Zach Britton just gave up a very cheap run. Manny just missed a great play, but so be it. That's going to wrap it up for tonight. Birthday on Saturday. I'm taking off for my 2 shows. So we'll be back here next Wednesday on Coons for Terp Talk. Have a great weekend, everybody.
Video gamers, save $10 off general admission tickets today to the region's only video gamer event, Video Gamers United, coming to the DC Convention Center August 16th and 17th. If you're hooked on Candy Crush, Words with Friends, and Minecraft, then don't miss the gaming event of the year. This event is the size of 4 football fields, jam-packed with amazing games and activities for the whole family, including a costume contest. Save $10 off each ticket today. Go to vgu.eventbrite.com. That's vgu.eventbrite.com before this offer is gone.
Kelly Exchange is your one-stop shop for individual and family health insurance coverage. On kellyexchange.com, you can learn about healthcare reform, find out if you qualify for a subsidy, get quotes, compare insurance plans, and purchase coverage. With over 36 years of experience in the insurance industry, kellyexchange.com is the only website you need to help you navigate the complexities and confusion of healthcare reform and purchase quality insurance for you and your family. Visit kellyexchange.com today. Cunningham's, part of the Bagby chain, the newest restaurant in town at One Olympic Place in Towson. Free valet parking, open every night. The food there is fantastic. I've been there. Decor, the whole atmosphere at Cunningham's is super. I highly, highly recommend it. But of course, when it's part of the Bagby chain and the Smith family, you know it's going to be a success. 410-339-7730. That's Cunningham's at One Olympic Place in Towson. The Comans Brothers in Superior Tours. $32 to either the Trop or Caesar's Palace, and you get $30 back. It only costs you a deuce to go to AC. $63 round trip to New York City for a one-day trip. You got to go and come back the same day, but it only costs $63. You can't beat that. 410-602-1704. That's Superior Tours and the Comans Brothers. 410-602-1704. Mark Abman and Abman's Delicatessen have been serving Baltimore for over 81 years. It's just a fact that Abman's, open 7 days a week at 1019 East Lombard Street, has the best corned beef and deli in town. But now they've expanded into the catering side. Have a Lombard Street party or use Abman's for your condolence trays. Check it out on abmansdeli.com or call 410-563-2666 and ask for Elaine. I love Abman's Deli. The Bagby Restaurant Group presents 1010. That's 1010 Restaurant on 1010 Fleet Street. 410-244-6867. This is Southern style cooking. It's a great atmosphere, a great bar, great Sunday brunches, and I want to tell you, the food is off the charts. Blake Smith and his family really know how to present food in a restaurant. It is super, just like Bagby's Pizza is. That's 1010 Restaurant on 1010 Fleet Street. 410-244-6867.
Access Title Company, LLC, brings to you experience, relationship, and peace of mind. All great reasons to choose Access Title Company as your residential and commercial real estate settlement company. Choosing a reputable, experienced title company is crucial to a smooth settlement process. Our staff of attorneys and experienced personnel is committed to helping you through the complete process with personal attention, competitive rates, and prompt service. Access Title Company goes anywhere in the state of Maryland to perform your settlement at no additional cost to you. That's why we're Access Title. Please call Melanie, our operations manager, at 410-363-8785 for additional information. That's Access Title Company at 410-363-8785.
It's my pleasure to welcome the Supreme Neighborhood Market Gourmet again to the Terp Talk family. Now under the new ownership of Andy Huffman, Gourmet again on 3717 Old Court Road continues its tradition of being a specialty food market with all meals, soups, and sandwiches being homemade. My family and all of Northwest Baltimore knows that Gourmet again is the best market around. Let Gourmet again cater any party or special occasion occasion that you are having. I absolutely love Gourmet Again. Call 410-484-9393. Gourmet Again is open 7 days a week. Visit them on the web at gourmetagain.com. The phone number, once again, 410-484-9393. That's Gourmet Again.
The opinions expressed in the preceding paid program do not necessarily represent those of WJZ AM 1300, CBS Radio, its employees and sponsors. CBS Sports Radio 1300 is WJZ AM Baltimore, WJZ FM HD3 Catonsville, Baltimore. Live sports talk 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Your home for the new CBS Sports Radio.